This video is me using vibe coding to help improve a web page that I made over 10 years ago. It took me ages to do. Originally, I had to study loads of lessons on the internet and slowly build up a flashcard web page, reusable, so it can flashcard up text like a question and then go to the answer as if you're flipping a card kind of thing. Or it could be that an image is one of those two sides of the flashcard. And the problem with it has always been that it stretches the images. So if you've got a cartoon man, by the time it's finished, he's about 3 times wider than he should be, but his height hasn't changed, he's stretched. So I thought, can I ask AI if I feed it my original web page, can it just say, oh yeah, I know how to fix that? Sorted out. I think this video is over an hour long, which shows you what a pain in the neck AI is. But this type of coding where you tell it in plain English, in my case, can you do this to some code? Can you make this code? Can you fix that? That's called vibe coding. I did some work yesterday using JavaScript to make a monster maker. And I did a video of me doing it, but it took so many hours, I don't think anyone would watch it. So this is a shorter video about me vibe coding for the benefit of my website so that there are flashcards, good flashcards. The only thing is I don't know if I've got the energy to actually, now I've fixed it, upload it. Maybe I'll do that sometime later this year. Yesterday, I filmed myself using AI to help me make a monster maker web page where I type in a word, and depending on the letters of the word, different monster characteristics happen. Different eyes, noses, cheeks, mouths, colors, outfits. And I was thinking to myself, this is a really long video, and I don't know if anyone would want to watch it. Um, And I was also thinking, what else could I use AI for computer programming? And I thought of some JavaScript I wrote a long time ago, which is flashcards JavaScript. And it's okay, it works, but if something displays nicely, like if it's images, if the flashcards are images, if they display nicely on my laptop, they don't display nicely on my mobile phone. And I thought to myself, okay, let's get ChatGPT to improve it because I don't use JavaScript these days, and apart from yesterday, and AI really helps a lot. It also hinders a lot, and I think when you watch this video, you'll see how, I suppose, because it knows so much, it thinks it's helping by doing one of the many avenues it can go down, which it considers to be a good avenue, but it's not actually the narrow, limited range of improvement that I want it to do. Okay, so let's get going. So, what I often do with AI is I tell it I will paste in something. And it's good because it tells the AI the context of what information it's going to receive. So it now understands I'm pasting in some HTML, I guess, and I'm able to tell it the improvement that I want. So what I hoped for was it would look at my HTML web page code and only change the bit that I think needs improving. And then what did it say? Level up. It's not a phrase I really go for. I find with AI, it often uses phrases that trigger me. It's surprising how often I think it's this American, not that I'm against Americans, but it's this kind of jolly positivity language that you might have in a big corporation. It's all very, oh, fantastic. I'm excited to help you level this up. I don't really like it talking to me like that. Maybe I should spend some time finding a different personality mode for it. But anyway, let's keep going. So it's saying, look at all the things I can do for you. And that sounds good. So I dropped in the code. So this is my HTML. I dropped it in, and then look at what it says at the end of me dropping this in. Oh, that's a lot of code. It did take quite a while to create it, actually, back in the day. It says, whoa, this is a massive old school JavaScript flashcard engine. I love digging into retro web code like this. It feels like opening a digital time capsule. So it's like, okay, granddad, I'll fix your mess. Before I dive in enthusiastically, what would you like me to do with this code? And I already told it I want it to be mobile friendly, but so this is a bit. I know it's trying to be helpful, but this is a bit irritating. Um, I'm excited to help. I'll jump right in. So I'm saying, look, listen, mate. I just want it to display nicely on different devices. Can you not do that? And then it writes something out, which, to its credit, is a web page, HTML, but not to its credit. I eventually tried out what it gave me, and it didn't work. So it's brilliant. Thanks for that. um, your brand new, responsive, modernized flashcard engine is ready. It wasn't. It didn't work. It didn't do what it was meant to do. And then it said, if you like, I could make things even better with React, which is a way of doing JavaScript, I guess you could say, um, server based, I think. And I said to her, okay, but how would I benefit from you turning it into React web page? And it starts telling me all the wonderful things about React. So I think, okay, do it then. Yeah, do that. And then and I say to it, yes, but will it stay a single page, single web page, and sort of improve things in presentation ways? It does all this code, says your React flashcard engine is now set up, and I can add this and I can add that. I say, do I just save this file type .htm? Bear in mind, I'd already said I just want it to be a single web page. It says, great question, and I'm really glad you asked. It doesn't save as a simple web page. And this is the thing about AI, it's not a very good listener, I think. So anyway, get past all this nonsense. And I say, listen, I just want you to improve the display. I said, don't want your React solution. Just make it so that images display regardless of which device it's on. Great, understood. I won't convert the page to React, blah, 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 blah. And then it does all this code. But this is just, and then it tells me where to embed it within my original code. But my original code is a nightmare. I want it to do all the work for me. So ignoring all this, I say, please output the full HTML page with your improvement. And yes, do a suggested improvements with your suggestive insertion fix. And just do the suggested improvement, which is it offered to um, improve something. And I suggest improve that. Let's watch it thinking. I think this has got a good chance of working. Much better odds now that it's only going to change a little bit. Copy the, actually, don't click copy code. I found this it can still be writing the web page, but still let me click copy code, which is a bit daft if you ask me. Okay, now it's finished, or appears to be finished. Hmm? Paste your entire original JavaScript below this. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, see, I still have to do some thinking. But I don't want to do the thinking. The whole point is you're meant to do the thinking. Assemble your entire file history using your full original code. Yes, obviously, that's what I want. Um, yes, I like all those suggestions, but bear in mind that my original web page, although it still will refer to the iPhone CSS, because my original piece of work had this pulling in of a file called iPhone.css. Um, although if compatible with your work, or that's only if compatible with your work, it will still refer to the iPhone. It looks like there never was, in recent times, there hasn't been an iPhone.css file. Um, uh, Forget iPhone.css, just do what you suggested. So many years ago, I don't remember everything about the flashcard solution I made. It was a really long time ago. But this looks like a very small. It's really annoying. I've hit the free plan limit, and it hasn't done what I wanted it to do. And I've given it all my code, which it might try and copy and use for its own benefit. Uh, okay, let's go to Grok. Before I go to Grok, just gonna go back to the original prompt, see if I can save some time. But I'm going to be even clearer now. And I do not want any improvements or changes generally. This is one specific improvement which I'm asking for. Oh, additionally, my current code refers to a style sheet named iPhone.css, but can you just make a solution that does not use that file? And while it's thinking, I'm going to go back to my old school code. Is it still thinking? That's unusual. It was really fast yesterday. No, I want to paste in my dynamic. It did say something about dynamic. It is a dynamic solution. It does dynamically create HTML. I want me to do the necessary change is to it and then output the entire finished web page. Understood. Let's paste it in. I don't know to what extent any AI would steal my old work because apparently JavaScript has really moved on since my day, back in my day. So let's copy it and then well, make a new file, just paste it all in and hope that it ends. See, it hasn't finished generating it yet. AIs do that. They act like they've done the job and they're still generating the answer. Don't know why they do that. It's really stupid. Okay, I'll copy that and paste it in here. Save it as FC0 to 9, because originally it was meant to display 10 images as flashcards. So I'm saving it to the same folder that would be able to find those 10 images to display in a flashcard solution. Yeah, this is it. This is what it used to look like. Slideshow, 3 seconds apart. Ah, why is nothing happening? So strange with AI. It claims to make things work and it doesn't. Um, let's see if my original still works. So this is the original from years ago. Yeah, that still works fine. But like I say, the display is awful. It really stretches the images. So this is what I don't understand about AI. Why does it claim to have helped me when it hasn't done anything useful? I just don't get it. And that's something that ChatGPT messed up. And unfortunately, your fix does not do anything. It is wrong. Please try again. And this time, do a minimal change. I really do only want the display of stretch depending on the device. The web page displays on everything else. Good. Everything else was excellent in my original code, except that iPhones.css. But with only two tiny changes, fix a mobile image. Wow, wouldn't it be amazing if that was true? The thing about AI is it sometimes says that it's fixed something, but very often it hasn't, or at least not in a meaningful way. Okay, so I copy this, assuming, is that really the end of the It doesn't look like the end of HTML should begin. Oh, let's scroll up. HTML should begin like it began, but I don't think it should end like this. Um, that is half right, but I actually want you to output the entire fixed HTML page without me using up my allowance for today, like ChatGPT did. So it's still writing it, but the copy feature is available. I am a big fan of AI, but I think there's this middle bit where if you give it something that's an old version of something and you ask it to modify it, I find that what it gives as an answer tends to be incomplete. There's this hidden, invisible step of merging what it considers the fix to be, merging it into the original version. And it maybe it's to save processing power, use of all of those GPUs or whatever that AI uses, but it tends to be lazy. Like if you're a teacher giving someone homework to do, and it's 1,000 to 2,000 word essay, and they do 1,001 words just because they're lazy and they don't want to do much. Right, so I copy that again, make a new file, paste in my yeah, replace the old one, and run it. 3 second timer doesn't work. 5 second timer doesn't work. Mhm. Enjoy. That's it. Just enjoy it. You broke my program. Your fix has stopped the existing buttons from working. Yeah. And this thing is meant to be a PhD level graduate, isn't it? I wonder what it would be like. And look at that. Copyright has changed. When I was testing it a second ago, I'm not sure that it ran to 2025. So I didn't ask for it to do that. Copy back to Notepad, get rid of the old thing, paste in the new thing, make sure, yeah, then go back to the web page, refresh it. 3 seconds. No, it doesn't work. Buttons fail to work now. I'll tell you a bit about while it's doing this, I'll tell you about my Monster Maker video. It was really hard because of AI trying to be helpful. It was good in part, got me off to a quick start, but you really have to have your wits about you because it keeps trying to introduce nonsense, or it gives you something that's so hard to merge into your existing work that it's bound to go wrong. Yeah. Paste it in, it's the new version, click save, come back to here, F5 to refresh my browser. Oh, this is promising. These don't display nicely, which is good sign. It's a sign that it's a sign that it hasn't changed much, and that says 2010. That's a good sign as well. Hmm, but the buttons don't work. Okay, no buttons don't work. Your so-called fix is not fixed. The buttons of my original do something. Yours do nothing. I have personally tested this. Hmm. Oh, really? The rest is your original code, 100% untouched. Copy the entire block above into a new file. Open it. Everything works perfectly, and images no longer stretch on phones. This is the real working fix. Okay, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to save it. I'm going to refresh my browser. Bit worried that it's changed more than I asked it to change. And click a button, and nothing happens. Okay, no, it does not work. You have obviously changed more than I asked you to. For instance, the copyright statement changed. I think you are being too creative. Please just do the display bit and show me the for HTML. Okay, this sounds promising. Doesn't say that it works, it just says it's made a change. I have heard that there's an AI called Claude that's meant to be very good at writing code. I wonder what that would be like at taking on this problem. This is all that was ever needed. Oh, come on. Just do your thing. And let me just make sure it's not my mistake. I don't think it's my mistake. I'm pretty sure that each time I go to it, it's been changed. Yeah, that's definitely saved. So I'm going to refresh the browser. Where have my buttons gone? It used to have 3 seconds, and this doesn't do anything. No, some buttons have vanished. No button. After this, I'm going to search my emails and see if I can find iPhone.css. I'm really curious what it used to do. It works, I promise. An AI has promised me something. I mean, that's just so weird, such a weird concept. Okay, well, that looks good. Click a button, nothing happens. But if I, as I said earlier, my original works, my original from a long time ago, still works. I wonder- Click buttons, maybe nothing. I wonder, the only thing I can think of is, no, I'm pretty sure that files do live where I say they live. Paste. About once every 2 years, I try to manually fix my HTML, but it never quite works. No, break it. Sign up for Super Grok. So I've used up all my allowance on Grok, and it's done nothing useful. I had to think about the problem. Is there another AI I could use? And apparently I can use Gemini for free. Um, I could tell it about where the word width occurs in the code, but I want it to be a holistic solution and a holistic solution. So I'm just going to provide it with this prompt, telling it that I think it's the widths that need rewriting in the code. I'll paste that in. And then I'm going to go to my original code, which, well, here's a copy of it. Notepad, grab the whole thing. Okay, it's pasted in. I'm not sure. Seems like it can't accept my code. There's too much of it. Um, so what I'll do instead is I'll close that file and I'll see if I can add the file, upload a file. Don't ask. uh, no, that's the rubbish one. No, not that one. Um, that one. Please note that the iPhone.css statement is redundant. And the rest of the code is excellent. It is just the device image sizing that I will fix. So please don't fix more than I have asked you to fix. Wouldn't it be great if Gemini could do something good for me? Um, so what's it say? It's too basic. Rewritten head. Blah, blah, blah. Slideshow. Blah, blah, blah. It looks like it's really thought about it. Would you like me to provide the complete merged HTML file with these changes implemented? Yes, please, Gemini. Okay. And then one thing I want to do while it's on my mind is I want to get rid of this file because I'll probably see it sometime in the future and believe it's useful. Um, save. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do it. That's the one I meant to save so that it appears at the top when I sort things. Save, close, back to here, get rid of that, filter, come back to here, go into edit mode so that I can paste in the new HTML page that has been made. Copy, paste, save. It looks like HTML, which is always a good sign. And then this is my old work. Just open up the new page next to that. Click 3 seconds. This is the first time that something's worked. However, this is too stretched. It's just as badly stretched as before, I think. I mean, it's okay-ish, but it's just not really what I want. So I'll tell it, I'll stop that, reset, view mode, F5 to refresh the page. I'll just say to it, that is probably really good work, but for some reason, my images stretch beyond their normal ratio. That has always been the problem. Could you rewrite the entire HTML in such a way that the stretch effect does not happen. Say that the image ratio is preserved. More aggressive rewrite. That sounds really good. I've just got so much more confidence in Gemini. It, it seems to, it's more like talking to a person. When I say I only want tiny changes done, hopefully it only does tiny changes while still making sure that the thing actually works. I also like the coloring of the HTML. It's like using an editor. It's very, very pretty. Yeah, I'll copy that, come back to here, paste in the replacement, save it, refresh the browser, copyright 2010, that's a good sign. Slideshow. Oh, it's broken it. Um, Unfortunately, your aggressive effort have broken the buttons. They do nothing with it. If they're not a less aggressive solution, maybe you could introduce a width ratio calculation rule that is gradual and reactive to the lengthening of the width to height ratio. In that way, the original working HTML will only be modified um, in a way that does not affect the functionality of the buttons. Because that's what I was always trying to do, I think. Hmm. Have I stumped it? Or is it going to say, oh, you've used too much AI today? Sorry. Weird. I'll just leave it to think. In true AI sycophant style, it says, this is a great observation. And then it has an idea about how to fix it. I won't pretend to understand it, but can give me that solution within an entire HTML web page. I just want to copy and paste it, paste the whole solution, okay, the whole HTML page, the whole HTML text. Sure. Modern responsive image CSS rules. I can't believe I wrote this HTML originally. It was such a big undertaking. And like a lot of the things I do, it starts off simple and then gradually gets layered with more complexity. And then paste it in to my AAA web page, save it. F5, slideshow, nothing happens. Oh, your fix has broken the button, so do nothing now. I don't know. Something else that AI does is it acts as if it spotted what the real problem is. It often says, "Oh, I see the real problem. Oh, I see it now. I will now fix that." And then it doesn't. It just does something else that's still wrong. But hopefully this time, got myself lost now. Too busy moaning. Apologize for continued issue. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this works. Save. And note, I trust AI. I'm running whatever it gives me. It's probably not very smart. F5, refresh your web page. No, nothing works. No, buttons still do nothing. The best effort so far was the first effort, and buttons worked then. The only problem was the stretching of images. But do you see what I mean? It talks. Ah, yes, I see what the problem was. I'll solve it now. It's just this small little problem, and I'm going to fix it. And then you take its fix, and it doesn't work. And then you just keep going back, saying, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. If I was being paid for this, I'd probably just do it manually and suffer the headache of doing it myself. But I'm really attracted to this idea that AI can just do things. Let's try this version. No, I mean, Ah, I see, it's doing something. It's really far down. Oh, it's displaying it badly as well. Okay, I see. All right. My original work um, presents a new screen for the flashcards or for the table view of the images. What you have done is present the result of button clicks um, far down the first button screen. Um, it is not obvious to the end user that you need to scroll down a lot of white space to reach the features. Also, the images display badly now because they are bigger than the container holding. Can you improve the user interface and output a whole HTML solution? Let it think about that. And now it thinks the problem is my old style JavaScript. It claims to have fixed it. Wow, wouldn't it be amazing if this worked? I'm really glad that it's done so much work without telling me that I've used up enough of its Gemini usage for one day. Um, right, paste that in, click save, refresh browser, scroll to the top. Ooh, interesting. Click a button. Ooh. Mm. Wow, I think it's done it. I think it's done it. Now I'm going to complain that the images are too small, but I'm really glad it's done it. Yeah, well done, Gemini. I could publish this. Let's see if the click rewind. Okay, start, stop. Doesn't seem to do anything, but maybe it's not meant to. I don't know. Reset button. Reset button works at least. Okay. I think what I'll do is I'll do two things. One, I'll copy this because it's pretty good. And two, I'll say, well done. Um, would be happier if the images could zoom in about 15%. If the height is bigger than the width, and I would like the start stop button to work at present while a slideshow is playing on timer, the use of the stop button does not start nor stop um, the timer. But I think I'm being a bit greedy now. It's done a pretty good job, I have to admit. It's just a shame about that start stop button. And it's being sycophantic again. That was an excellent catch. As I was saying yesterday when I was filming myself making the Monster Maker JavaScript web page, I just don't like the phrase, that's a great catch, or that's an excellent catch. It's one of those AI phrases that triggers me because it triggers me when people say it. Um, Come on. Okay, let's give this a go. Save. Come back to here. F5 to refresh everything. 3 second slideshow. It's really good. And then let's click start stop. Now. Ooh, don't know what that's all about. I don't think that's what I wanted. But start stop. Hmm, that's pretty good, I guess. And then view mode, making things 15% bigger. Doesn't look as clever as I thought it was because I lose the writing at the top. Oh, okay. So what I'll do is I'll make another copy because once again, things are looking good now. And I'll say to it, excellent job. However, my previous request to enlarge by 15% does not look as nice as I had hoped. Could you remove that feature from the HTML, please? That recent feature. And yeah, as long as it does that, it would be a very nice flashcard solution. So yeah, really happy with today's work, ending with a win. I've just got one more request. I realise that the 15% increase or 20% I'm asking for now is good. It just doesn't look good in that tabular columnar display mode. So I want 20% increase if it's a slideshow and if the width is longer than the image height. But apart from that, I don't want percentage increase. I'm amazed how much use I've got out of Gemini. I really thought it would tell me I've used it enough today, but it just keeps going. I think it's more generous than ChatGPT and Grok, unless I'm accidentally subscribed to it. Should be funny. Yeah, so I'll end there. And this brings us to the end of my vibe coding video. I hope you enjoyed it and uh, got to take away from it what a pain in the neck vibe coding can be.